I was born and raised on a farm here in Milledgeville. I've farmed my whole life. I've got a son and a son-in-law that farm with me now, and they're very much involved in our operation. We call it Essary Cherry Farms. We grow about 1,500 acres of corn and about 2,100 acres of soybeans. I usually do the corn planting myself, and my son-in-law does the bean planting, and my son, he's the sprayer, operating the sprayer. And I've been growing cover crop. This will be 6 years. I've had some radishes. We started out with just a small amount, 20 acres, and really was pleased with it, and just kept experimenting. And first couple of years we just had just radishes by themselves, and we went to putting a couple like a twin mixture, then a 3-species mixture, and this year we hadn't got nothing probably that hadn't got less than 4 species, and some of it's got as much as 6 and 7 species. It's a learning process. This field right here we're standing in will come out of the CRP about 6 years ago, and it's been no-till and it's had cover crop on it now for 3 years, and it's just about eliminated erosion. It's really helped the erosion problem, keeping a cover crop on it. It's a learning experience. We're still trying to work out in our area and our soil type which species is going to be the best for corn, or which one's going to be the best for bean. On the corn, we've gone to putting in a mixture that might make us a little nitrogen, so we're using Austrian peas and clover, a couple kinds of varieties of clover, and we're also using spring oats and radishes. And with this winter, we've had a good kill on the radishes and the spring oats, and it left the clover and the Austrian peas to provide a little nitrogen. And when I come to plant this field right here, I planted before we sprayed it, and the clover and the peas was probably 18 inches tall, just a green mass. And we sprayed it about 3 days after we planted it with a quart of Roundup and 7 ounces of Verdict, and we got a real good kill. And you think right now it don't even need no more spraying the rest of this year, but we're fixing to spray it in a couple of days with a little more Roundup and a little atrazine. We've been growing radishes about 5 to 6 years, and the first year or two we just had the radishes by themselves, and that worked really good just for beans. But we decided we need something that have a little more cover and might produce a little nitrogen, and we went to a multi-species. On the corn, we've gone to putting in a mixture that might make us a little nitrogen, so we're using Austrian peas and clover, a couple kinds of varieties of clover, and we're also using spring oats and radishes. And with this winter, we've had a good kill on the radishes and the spring oats, and it left the clover and the Austrian peas to provide a little nitrogen. And when I come to plant this field right here, I planted before we sprayed it, and the clover and the peas was probably 18 inches tall, just a green mass. And we sprayed it about 3 days after we planted it with a quart of Roundup and 7 ounces of Verdict, and we got a real good kill. And you think right now it don't even need no more spraying the rest of this year, but we're fixing to spray it in a couple of days with a little more Roundup and a little atrazine. As of this year, we done a little more experimenting. We tried some with maybe 6 or 7 species. We've put some kale in there with this mixture, and a pound of sunflowers and some purple top turnips. The kale, and what I've seen this year, I'm liking the kale. It had a good ground cover during this cold weather, where some of the stuff froze out. The kale held on and come back in spring. And that's something we're going to have to just look at a little bit more. just to see what does work the best. But I think you need at least 5 to 6 species out here on your ground. It's going to be better than just 1 or 2. This past fall, we NRCS has started a study over here at my farm, about 3/4 mile away, on this soil health. And I've had a plot over there that I had 6 species on, and they're got a plot then that just got that hadn't got no cover crop and hadn't had none in 2 years on it. And they've done extensive soil sampling on that to see what kind of soil health is going to be come out of this. And they've done a water filtration check over on it this spring, and where the cover crop was on this 1 acre, they done several checks and averaged and done several checks on the acre that didn't have no cover crop. We had almost 1,000% better filtration rate where we had the cover crop. With the NRCS EQIP program and the state cost share program, I feel like the cover crop is more beneficial than what the seed cost that's left for me to pay after I was involved in the program that offsets it over helping with erosion and the nitrogen benefits that these legumes are leaving in the soil. This clover and Austrian peas that was left here this spring, which this was a abnormal cold spring, and they didn't get as big, but the nodules was loaded up on them. And the First Farmers Co-op here locally pulled a couple of samples and had it checked, and they come brought paper back showing me from A&L that it's probably in the low 40s of nitrogen going to be left in the soil here. So you got to figure that in, take that off the cost of your production, and then weigh in the erosion factor, then the soil health, how much better the soil is going to be in 2 or 3 years on down the road if you keep this cover crop on there, because I can done see on these fields where I've had it as much as 3 or 4 year improvement.